urgent search for 4 American citizens kidnapped at gunpoint in Mexico. The FBI tonight offering $50,000 in reward money for the safe return of the Americans who were in Mexico to buy medicine and got caught in a shootout. President Biden has been briefed, and the State Department is working to secure their safe return. CBS's Janet Shamlian starts us off from Houston. Good evening, Janet.
Nora, good evening to you. Tonight, there are reports that the missing Americans may have been targeted by mistake. The FBI is now assisting with the investigation. And a note of caution, the images here are graphic.
This is the moment 4 Americans were kidnapped in Matamoros, Mexico, just across the border from Brownsville, Texas. They were traveling in this white minivan with North Carolina plates when they came under fire. The video appears to show a woman forced into the back of a pickup truck by men with guns, then 2 others who appear hurt, loaded next to her. The Mexican president says the 4 were going to buy medicine, less expensive in Mexico, as hundreds of thousands of Americans do each year, and that they could have been mistakenly targeted. The White House today saying it's closely following the situation.
These sorts of attacks are unacceptable. Our thoughts are with the families of these individuals, and we stand ready to provide all appropriate consular assistance.
Matamoros is under a level 4 do not travel advisory per the U.S. State Department, the same threat level issued for Iraq, Iran, and Afghanistan. The city of roughly 500,000 people has been home to warring factions of the Gulf drug cartel for decades. The crimes are often unreported, journalists fearing for their safety. Mario Saenz is a community leader.
We hear about the cartels, we hear about the shootings, but when it involves kidnapping or it involves Americans, it sends a very strong message to our community here in Brownsville and all along the border.
U.S. officials are not identifying the Americans, citing privacy concerns.
That $50,000 FBI reward is not only for the return of the victims, but also for the arrest of the kidnappers.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This your boy Gerald Jackson from the North Carolina Beat. Listen, many of you already know the story about the 4 United States citizens who were kidnapped in Mexico by the cartels. Well, I have identified all 4 of those victims. At the top left corner is Latavia Washington. At the top right corner is Eric Wise. And at the bottom left corner is Shaeed Woodard. And of course, the young man whose photo we do not have, that would have been at the bottom right corner, is Zindell Brown. So on last Friday, March 3rd, Latavia, Eric, Shaeed, and Zindell left Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. They drove to Brownsville, Texas, and they crossed the border from Brownsville into Matamoros, Mexico, where they were kidnapped. What we do know is that Latavia, Eric, Zindell, and Shaeed was inside this white van. Now, according to an eyewitness, the eyewitness said that they witnessed this red vehicle crash into them. After the red vehicle crashed into them, shots started to ring out. Another vehicle pulled up and started loading Latavia, Eric, Shaeed, and Zindell into the back of a pickup truck and drove off. According to the sources that I spoke with, who are very close to Latavia Washington, who you see right here, they tell me that Latavia had been planning on getting a BBL, and she was thinking that she was talking to a doctor from Mexico who would be able to do the surgery. So according to the source, Eric Wise, Shaeed Woodard, and Zindell Brown was just riding with Latavia Washington to go get her BBL surgery. According to the source, it was a setup, and they believe that all 4 of them have been sold to the cartel. They believe that Latavia wasn't really speaking with a doctor and that she was being scammed and that she was being set up after whoever she was talking to found out that she had thousands of dollars to spend. To read more information about the story, go to our website, thencbeat.com.